Greetings. This is going to be a daily all 12. I'm going to begin this daily all 12 with some collective messages. I will do the timestamps after the reading. I'm going to begin with Capricorn and with Sagittarius. Please check your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, and your Jupiter. If you don't know what that is, then you can go into Google, type in free birth chart, fill out your birth information, and then see what corresponds with each sign. I personally follow Vedic sidereal astrology, which is going to be a different chart than your typical Western astrology. So depending on what you follow, that also makes a difference. I want to encourage you, if you've always been someone who looks at Western astrology, give your Vedic chart a try and look into it. So the first thing that was coming out is something about claiming your cross. Now I understand, people will have different spiritual beliefs, confirmation with the wind chimes outside, but even with having different spiritual beliefs, think of what the cross means to you. So claiming your cross, what does that mean to you? What does that look like to you? When push comes to shove, when you are when you're backed into a corner, when you have to claim your cross, can you stand up like a warrior and really claim your cross, or do you back down and become a part of the sheeple? So there's something here about claiming your cross, needing to claim your cross, standing your ground. Also, there's something here about going global, something about global. So there could be travel coming up, trace minerals. I believe I touched on this slightly a little bit yesterday, but there are a lot of transactions, I'm hearing, changes that are occurring in your gut. The ancients say we have three brains. Our oldest brain is our gut, our stomach. Our second youngest brain is our heart. And then our youngest brain is the one that we all know of, the one in our head brain. Also, there's something to be mindful here. Someone might have their mind full about what they've done, because I'm hearing pop goes the weasel, pop goes the weasel. Okay, so claim your cross and pop goes the weasel are the two big standouts for the collective message energy right now. All right, I'm going to begin with Capricorn. I just got this new deck, so we will give this one a go. Whenever I get new decks, I like to just work with them with myself and personal clients for a while before I take them out on here, but I've been working this one for about a week, so we'll see what comes through. Capricorn. All right. Capricorn, you can have everything you've ever wanted, the Ten of Pentacles with the Ten of Cups. This can be in a partnership, a work setting, family. You can literally have it all. I'm hearing, we could have had it all. My heart and soul, but you played me. Who is that? Is that like Adele or someone? It's probably not Adele. Anyway, I'm hearing that song. So 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Capricorn, you can have it all. However, what does it require? Judgment and the Tower. So you don't have it all right now. In fact, if you are in a relationship or you are in a business partnership, you are incredibly unhappy there, and you're actually currently watching where you want to be happy, but because you want to stay in your comfort zone, you're not leaving. And so you're on this island and you're like, man, it's full of fruit that I don't eat, and like things like I don't even like what's on this island. And you're looking over there at your dream island, confirmation with the wind chimes outside, but it would require a total change of life, judgment. It would require you completely crumbling the foundation you're currently on with the Tower, like completely crumbling. Something here has to come to so it says men fly and men fall. So also be cautious here that if, in the past, you didn't choose something and now you're falling, maybe you should have chosen that thing that you rejected, Capricorn, because there's energy here, men fly and men fall. And if someone was rejecting you, then they're falling now and they're watching you fly. So, take whatever side you are on, Capricorn, but there is a lot of heavy energy here. I mean, the Tower with Judgment, someone here wants to reconcile a situation. They want to bring something back from the dead. They want to resurrect something because they see, look, the heart of this child, it's like both of these entities are heartbroken, like without this, but to have this requires them both living from their heart, operating from their heart, not logic. So there's something here where if you've tried to, I'm hearing Incan, Mayan, didn't the Mayans and Incan do calendars and math? So there could be someone here that's more like math, science brained, that they always follow some sense of logic, but they're realizing that the logic isn't really giving them the 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. They're not in their fulfillment. They're not in their total happiness. And it could seem perceived that way. There's this flying pig up here. I'm hearing the saying, when pigs can fly. And okay, that can maybe be the case. Some of my Capricorns could be watching me and being like, yeah, right, we'll reconcile and pigs can fly. So it's like, you could think that this resurrection of this would be seemingly impossible. But with the giraffe here, they're in the sea turtle. Slow and steady wins the race. Sea turtle is also like treasures. In the other oracle deck, I'm seeing Treasure Island. So some of you guys could be going to an island. You could have met someone on an island. You could be thinking of traveling or going somewhere tropical where they could have sea turtles. But with sea turtle and giraffe here as the overarching energy, even if you don't think that reconciliation is possible with this thing, Capricorn, or the other person doesn't, with the giraffe and the sea turtle, it's like there's so much genuity and like purity and harmony. We have confirmation with the wind chimes outside. There's this energy of such like tenderness and like a childlike innocence and purity to this connection. And that can also be because you guys took each other to the highest tower. You know, it's like, it's with the poles. To reach the sweetest, highest, most angelic vibrations, you have to also be able to actually see and witness the most evil of situations. And that's just how the cookie crumbles, which I said, and that was in the full moon reading. If you haven't watched the full moon reading, part 1 was a couple days ago. I did part 2 yesterday, so I'd recommend going back and watching those. Of course, if you always want a personal reading, then DM me and I will send you my terms of service and pricing. Last thing for Capricorn here. There is something here that has to be very slow. 9 of Swords. Someone is really in their head about this, Capricorn, because the situation was not evenly invested in. It wasn't evenly invested in. One side was investing more than the other. And I'm like bitten by a horsefly. It's like being bitten by a horsefly. Someone could also get bitten by a horsefly, so be cautious here, Capricorn, with that. But with the 9 of Swords, there also can be some trouble sleeping. So I always recommend listening to frequencies. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. A lot of my Capricorns that I'm talking to right now, you're totally single. You've separated yourself from a situation or a person. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Aquarius. 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 I'm hearing Barbie girl. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Okay, Aquarius. Some of you guys could be pampering yourselves. Some of you guys could be living a little bit more superficial at this moment. Yeah, some of my Aquarius, you are like, I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. Like some Beyonce vibes here. Ace of Pentacles with the 6 of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. So some of my Aquarians, if you are not this female, oh, okay. Well, maybe I should have. If you are an Aquarius guy, you're dealing with 2 females. If you're a female and you're dealing with an Aquarius man, he's dealing with 2 females. And don't let him lie to you. He's dealing with 2 females. If you are an Aquarius female, and this isn't about love at all, you could have been previously in what you feel like was a higher position. You could have made slightly more money, or, there's at one point in your life, you were at a slightly higher place than you perceive you are now. Even though to the outside world, you seem a lot more stable and grounded now. That's kind of the funny part of it. It's like you may be feeling like you have backtracked in a situation, Aquarius. You could feel like, I'm seeing like when a foal first gets up, whenever, a foal is born, they take like a bit to get up and their legs are kind of wobbly. So you could feel like your legs are wobbly, but some people are like, oh my gosh, like I don't know, there's something here because there are offerings for you. Like there's a promotion here, there's a job here, there's a collaboration here. 6 of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles. This could be like traveling for work, being a spokesperson for a situation, like someone here. And with Judgment, everything requires a sacrifice. Every reward, every progression does require sacrifice. And so you could have sacrificed something, Aquarius, and it's going to be coming back around to you now. If you ever feel like something was kind of unfair at some point in time, Aquarius, the scales are being balanced out now. Also, a lot of Egyptian energy is coming through. Horus is coming through a lot. Now, we have a complete pair here with the King and the Queen of Pentacles. So for some of my Aquarians, if someone thought you were one way in the past, thought that you weren't stable previously, they're seeing that you are stable now, and they're like, wait a minute, that could be my person. So there's an energy here of you guys thinking about each other individually in your bag, longing for a partnership, both being heavily disappointed in partnership, and this is a potential reconciliation with the Judgment, but it's also, Aquarius, you could meet your match by exposing yourself more over the internet, over social media, going out in your community, embedding yourself in a community, and having more eyes see you. It's like, you can feel like confirmation with the bells outside. You can feel like, why am I not meeting my partner? I'm stable. I've actually secured and locked in. I'm no longer, you know, faking it until I make it. I'm in this energy of having made it. So why haven't I made it? Why don't I have a partner yet? And Spirit says it's because there's something here of following too, like doing the same routine too much. Like you need to switch something up. You need to change up. Also going for a different type, even a different race, I'm hearing. There is definitely an energy of that, Aquarius. All right, so Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Pisces, we have the Page of Wands. Who do you want to hook up with, Pisces, and who wants to hook up with you? Because someone definitely wants to at least get it. Two of Cups, though. So this could be someone who, Pisces, you could be this person, again, take whatever side you're on, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Here is somebody that previously was just looking, you know, they were just looking to have some fun, and then they like tripped and fell in love. So I'm also hearing, let's have some fun, this beat is sick, I want to take a ride on your disco stick. So someone here, you know, Pisces, you could want someone to take a ride on your disco stick, or you could be wanting to take a ride on somebody else's. Some of my Pisces can be, you know, we can getting it on. Six of Wands with the Queen of Pentacles. Some of you guys could be dealing with an Aquarius, or you could have Aquarius placements, or you could be kind of cuspy Pisces. Pisces, yeah, with the Nine of Cups, there is like, ooh. And you know what makes this so good? It's so good because Pisces, this is the kind of lovemaking where you know that the best things in life are worth waiting for and are worth edging for, shall I say, and worth slowly taking your time with something. I'm seeing like cat paws that are like slowly, it's like you're not worried about like going it because you're like, I'm gonna take my time. So some of my Pisces, you are taking your time on someone, or someone is about to take their time on you, and it's like, it's almost like the fantasy of it, Pisces, is making it that much more like the energy is more charged. Nine of Cups with Temperance is what we're looking at, by the way. Now, Nine of Cups can be a little bit of overindulgence. With Temperance, I'm not seeing it that way though, because Temperance is here, and I'm seeing heavy like Aslesha, Naksatra, which would be Cancerian energy. So you could have Cancer somewhere in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or the person that you're dealing with could have confirmation with the bells outside. They are singing, darling. Back to the jellyfish consciousness as well. So someone here is realizing something. Going back to the Realize song by Colby Kaye, someone is realizing what you just realized. So for some of my people in that reading from the other day about the Realize song, you could literally be like, never in a million years would this person ever take me back. But Spirit says, no, if you've like really done the work, Pisces, or if they've really done the work, like if this person has really changed, which I'm seeing is the case because Temperance is here, and Temperance is, you know, divine from the angels. It's like you worked hard, you were patient, you put in the genuine foundation here, you know, you found the balance between fire and water, like you have found the balance between sky and ground, earth, like you stay grounded, but you stay like inspired and connected to the heavens, like you are piercing and a warrior and fierce like fire, but you're also like fluid and go with the flow, and you know, you can take a joke, and there's an energy here, Pisces, and this is you or the person, but I feel like it's both of you, because a lot of Pisces really can't be happy in a long-term relationship with someone who can't like go with the flow and, you know, ride the waves of life with them. So Pisces, there is a very strong union here that could have been previously seen as just like hookup energy. Six of Pentacles, that's my friends with benefits energy, confirmation outside. But then you realize in seeing this person as a hookup that they're Nine of Cups. They're actually everything that you ever wanted. And you're like, crap, this is literally everything I've ever wanted. This person could have strong Sagittarius in their chart. I mean, we have strong earth, water, and fire. So Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Now, for some of my Pisces, this could be like a short-lived reconnection. So for some of my Pisces, if it's reconciliation with an ex, you are being told to go very slow because this could end very poorly with the Four of Cups and disappointment, and then being single again with the Nine of Pentacles. And it could have just really been about the sex with the Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands, Pisces. So if you're acting like you want to reconcile with someone because you see that they're doing better, but you really just want to bone them, Pisces, you're going to get terrible karma for that. And if someone's doing that to you, then they're going to get terrible karma for that. It's just a matter of realizing what side you're on, Pisces, but it is for certain here that someone that is a Pisces or someone dealing with a Pisces is acting like they want a full relationship, but all they have to offer and all they really want, Ace of Wands with Page of Wands, is their dangling to be played with. Or, yeah, okay. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Aries. Sorry, you guys, energy changes every day, but I just had to read it that way because call a spade, it was showing up that there's someone in that energy. So, had to call it out. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, Aries. Two of Swords, my darling. So, Aries, you are trying to make a decision. With the King of Swords, you're going to make that decision. If you have trouble making decisions, Aries, you're being told to get some owl feathers. I have snowy owl dream catchers and some hawk and dove feathers. Parrot, eagle, fly like an eagle. You're being told to like use feathers, Aries. A feather pen, a feather in your hair, feather earrings, feather those bangs. Something here is light as a feather, Aries. And that can also be the key. The answer is to make something as light as a feather. Like if something feels heavy, Aries, you are going to just magically make something light as a feather, or somebody is going to make something featherweight, featherlight, feather. So you could be a featherweight. I believe that's a thing in fighting. But with the King of Swords here, you know, he has like a hawk owl merging situation going on, and flamingos, you know, all about love. And then there's two turtle doves, so something could be about Christmas time or around Christmas time, or this could be somebody that you spent Christmas with, Aries. If you're trying to make a decision between two people, there can be old and new, and somebody here is someone who has spent Christmas with you before, and they want to make it better because apparently it was a really crummy Christmas because of what they did. Yeah, and this person is realizing, Aries, that you're their wish fulfillment. You could be dealing with a Pisces. This could be very strong with that because similar energy, or the Aquarius because the King of Swords here, or Gemini. Someone here though has seen the development over time, and as they've seen the development over time, they're like Hawkeye. They have a Hawkeye on you. A Hawkeye. And there you are with the Queen of Wands energy, Aries. Yeah, you almost like don't care. Once bitten, twice shy. Three of Wands with the Death card. You're like, thanks, but no thanks. I have this opportunity, that opportunity. I have to catch that flight. Oh, wait, over here. In fact, you're in this space of like, oh, you want to talk to me? Well, you got to keech up. Keech. Someone here could have Keech in their name. You got to catch up. There is an energy here, though, with the Death card, Aries, you don't want to play. Confirmation with the wind chimes. With the Three of Wands and the Queen of Wands, you are catching opportunities, once bitten, twice shy, with the two snakes there. And it's almost like anything that wants to try and get in your way, you're like, no, it's not going to happen. Like, foot down, death to that situation. And you're like, all right, who wants to try me next? Because that doesn't fly. You just have laser focus with the Queen of Wands. Like, you're not into dating for the areas that I'm looking at. And if you're a guy, you're not into dating either. Once bitten, twice shy. You're focused on your work. You're focused on yourself. You're focused on your health. You could be an athlete with the Queen of Wands here. Definitely someone who is very sharp in the mind with the King of Swords. You could have a lot of fire and air in your chart. So, you know, things turn quick. Like, you can fan your own flames. You don't need somebody else to, Aries. So there's an energy, Nine of Swords, and you have this energy up in their head. They are up. They are pissed. They're sad. They miss you. Nine of Swords. And you're just out here like chilling. All right, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Taurus. Ten of Swords. So some of my Taurans, you are so sick of the fighting. There's a Ram here, so you could be dealing with a Capricorn or an Aries, or a Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. I'm hearing very strong, those signs, specifically those 5 signs. You could be finally ending something. You could miss something that's already ended, and it's like Pokemon, gotta catch them all. You want to, it's like obsessing over an ending or something. Oh yeah, King of Swords and the subconscious with the Nine of Swords crowning you. All right, so for some of my Taurans, with the King of Swords and the Nine of Swords, you need to just stop thinking about this ending, because it's over and there wasn't harmony there anyway. Five of Wands is like competition and conflict. There's no harmony there. So why do you miss something where there was conflict and disharmony? Can't make this up with the Queen of Wands. So for some of my Taurans, yeah, this Queen of Wands here, if you were dealing with an Aries and you're just like upset because you miss them, Queen of Wands with a star, and you see how they are right now, well, I mean, you get what you give, right? Ten of Swords. So you get what you deserve. And for some of my Taurans, there is an energy here of really needing to focus on yourself. I'm hearing Keep It to Yourself by Casey Musgraves. Keep it to yourself. If you know that you still love me, put it on a shelf. If you're looking for someone, yeah, keep it to yourself, basically, Taurus. That is the energy and the advice here. Now, for some of my Taurans, there is an energy here of it's uncomfortable to be brought into your emotions. And previously, King of Swords, Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords, Five of Wands, Two of Swords. It's all swords. So there's a Taurus here who can also be very triggered by people who live through their body and live through feeling and live through intuition versus mind. I'm hearing that. So, I mean, Taurus can be pretty possessive. There can also be that going on here. For some of my Taurans who are in relationship, you can feel highly possessive over your partner and you're like constantly obsessing about this. And maybe it's like blowing up because you're keeping it to yourself. For some of my Taurans, you need to get out and exercise more. Like, you need to physically work this energy off, because energy is not wrong to have. Anger is not wrong to have. You know, obsessively thinking about something is not wrong to experience. However, not transmuting that energy and not addressing it, Taurus, and not dealing with it and doing something with it is a problem. So that's the key here, is whenever these things come up, use that. And, you know, I think of that all the time. The biggest things that broke my heart, literally the biggest heartbreaks in my life, have always taken me like 3 levels higher than where I was before them. And that's the sacrifice with it. And it sucks in the moment, but to have faith and to know that something so much greater is going to come in because of that release is the whole thing. So some of my Taurans, you have just been fighting with something or someone or some situation, and Spirit says it's time to keep it to yourself, not bottle it up and throw it on the shelf. So maybe not the Casey Musgrave song, but keep it to yourself and use it for expression. Use it, play, write that album, make that music, go train for that marathon, go train for, whatever that physical activity is, start writing that book, open your own business if you're upset about somebody else who has their own business. Like, there's that kind of energy here. So sorry that the energy couldn't have been a little bit better, Taurus. All right, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, Gemini. These are daily reads. Some of my Geminis, you could be wanting to give an offer to someone or something. You could be getting some new shades, getting something new that provides shade, a barn, a structure, a house, a car. 9 of Pentacles. Some of my Geminis, with the Ace of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles, you could be getting divorced and you're working on settlements, or you're thinking about divorce. Yeah, because then you're starting something new, confirmation of the wind chimes outside to the Page of Pentacles, to get your wish fulfillment. So some of my Geminis, you could be leaving something that you have invested in for a long time, but you have like a new thing that you want to go towards. You know, this kind of reminds me of like, you know, say someone is like a prized, you know, they're a prized doctor in their community and they're known for being the best doctor, but then they become like a bikini competitor and people are like, what? Why would you like be a bikini competitor after you've been a doctor? And the doctor's like, well, because, you know, I've been the doctor and I've healed other people and I've taken care of people for the last 10, 15 years. Now I want to give what I've been giving to others and really, you know, focus on my own personal goals because I have sacrificed so much for others. I have been doing that. So for some of my Geminis, you could be at this place where Spirit says to be unapologetic, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Jupiter. Really unapologetic. And I say Jupiter because I feel like this is a lot of people who have Jupiter in Gemini or Leo. I also feel like this is a Gemini who has Leo in their chart, so check the Leo portion as well. But there's just a strong energy here of needing to make things balanced by taking care of yourself more, Gemini, like what you want, not what other people want, not what, you know, looks good for the company or good for the home, because what's going to actually be good for the home and be good for the company is you being good to yourself and reviving yourself. Because for some of my Geminis, it's like you feel like you just, you know, you started this business and then you looked up and you looked at your watch and it was like 20 years later and you're like, when was the last time I, you know, went water skiing? When was the last time I got on my rollerblades? When was the last time I went and played hockey? When was the last time, you know, I went dirt biking? Or, you know, there's that kind of energy here, Gemini. Yeah, death. So something is definitely ending, or you've been, you know, this end has been slow and painful with the 7 of Pentacles. It's been imminent, like, there can be boredom here, Gemini. Yeah, and the Wheel of Fortune wants to bring something in. You could be wanting to move towards this Queen of Wands energy. So you could also be dealing with an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Double confirmation with the Empress here, but that is also Taurus and Libra energy. So for some of my Geminis, yeah, we have, when you have a Queen of Wands and an Empress, that's a wife and then like the other girl. And this is definitely, there's someone here that has Gemini in their chart that wants to leave their wife for this other girl because their wife is just not where their happiness is. With the Strength card and the Page of Swords and the Devil, it's like they've had to try so hard and like have to fight every day to like, I don't know, fake it in this thing. And it's like all on false stability and false pretense. For some of my Geminis, there is an energy here that it can feel like you're climbing. I mean, this guy's like climbing up this like rock wall and there's a lion here. So it's like going to take a lot of courage. And, you know, you're going to have to go through the barren lands, go through Mordor. You know, there's like Lord of the Rings epic energy here. So, because for some of my Geminis, this is like very established. Like you have something very established with someone or something and you are not happy there anymore. And the Wheel of Fortune is trying to bless you and trying to bring in a brand new energy, but it requires Death card with the 10 of Swords. I mean, you can't make this up. This is here twice. 2 like final endings, Gemini. Something requires a final ending. And then you get your peace with the elephant and the butterflies. Alrighty. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Cancer. The Magician. Some of you guys are dealing with an Aries. Or a Gemini. Heard that too. You could also have Aries or Gemini in your chart, Cancer. Oh yeah, some of my Cancers are sitting, waiting, wishing. Is that Jack Johnson or is that John Mayer? I think it's Jack Johnson. Confirmation by the wind chimes outside. Something here with, oh, what are those whales? Humpback whales, the humpback of Notre Dame. Some of my Cancers, you are like watching your, oh yeah, Some of my Cancers, you are watching something just slip away, slip out of your fingers. You're watching the evolution. You've seen this person, this thing, when it was Four of Pentacles, when it was just a wee little baby with judgment. You've seen this project. You've seen, you've seen this thing when it has been like small, when it's been like not actualized. And now you're seeing this person, Queen of Cups with the Ace of Cups. You're seeing them just like fully flourish. You're seeing this idea, this child of a person or a work setting or a project or an idea, but you're seeing it bud, Cancer. This is like you saw this seed, you saw the seed in a bag of seeds, and you're like, that's going to be the seed. And then now it's like, it's not just a full grown tree, like there's budding flowers on it this season, Cancer. And you're just like, oh, that's the most beautiful thing I ever did see. I'm hearing like some southern draw accent. Yeah, you've seen this thing hard at work. 8 of Pentacles to get their 9 of Cups. This is like witnessing the evolution of a project, of a person, of a thing, Cancer. And it's like just being in such awe of it. And with the Lovers here, it's like now you want to go forth and offer. It's like you want to merge. Look, they're literally like offering to this child. It's like the child was down here, and then the Lovers, they're offering. I think it's very interesting because Judgment and the Lovers don't actually go together in the original tarot like these two, like these cards do. Here it's like they're dried up and dead because they aren't putting the life into the thing that they really love the most. But when they actually connect to their hearts, take the swords out, take the arrows out, get out of their headspace, and they feel through it, Cancer, they're realizing, where their heart really comes to life. And then this whole, the fire is ignited. Magician, the first card that was coming out for you guys, Cancer, Aries energy. Strong Leo Sag as well, just very strong fire here. And this requires I'm hearing Mother Goose. So some of my Cancers, be cautious because you could be definitely getting pregnant or experience that like the first time you connect with this person after a long time if you guys haven't been together for a while. I'm definitely seeing that, especially with the 9 of Cups coming out. It's like Spirit just wants to bless this connection, wants to bless this partnership. If this is like a team, it's like you are on a winning streak. You're going to be on a winning streak. Once you have the right team member, once you have the right coach, once you have the right boss, it's like you guys are going to be unstoppable and unbeatable, Cancer. But with the Lovers, it also is a choice and it's a path. And, with Judgment, there is also a coffin there as well. So something has to be put to rest and then something has to be raised up from rest from the dead. So Cancer, you can be really getting like new revelations coming to you at this time about what your life path is. This can also be like somebody coming out, or this can be someone like changing what they like in genders or changing like how they express themselves, because I'm seeing like gender fluidity in that as well. Like someone can just be really coming into their own and be exploring, like if at first they used to be like, okay, they liked parts, not hearts. Now they can be like, well, man, I'm falling in love with that person, but I thought I liked this gender, but like I'm falling in love with that person and that person isn't this gender. And so that can be like, a thing where you're thinking, or it can be same with like religion. You can be like, well, man, I'm falling in love with that person, but I don't believe in that religion. I don't believe in what their spiritual beliefs are. I don't believe in X, Y, and Z, but you're like, but darn it, I love them. And so there's something here, Cancer, of, like logically, it's like, rigidity, there's like a block, but in your heart, it's like, you just know, Cancer, you just know. Like, it's that Aslasia, it like completely wraps, like completely, I'm hearing slithers. So yeah, just like wraps themselves around their person and is very consuming and possessive. So it's like once you are awakened, once you awaken the Kraken, Cancer, you cannot put it to bed. Okay, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, Virgo. Death with the Wheel of Fortune. Well, Virgo, if you end one thing, you get everything you ever dreamed of. What was that I said? I believe maybe it was in Aries earlier. But yeah, every time the worst things that have ever happened to me, like the absolute worst things that have ever happened to me, have always, without fail, always been backed up with the best blessings, the greatest blessings. And that's what happens when, things are taken from you. It's the art, it's just how the universe, it's the law of the universe, it's sacrifice. But if there's a sacrifice made, you will be blessed. You will be blessed with the Wheel of Fortune. That is the deal of energy. If something is taken from you, if something ends, then you will be blessed. And you know what? That's also the same, can't say, I don't think we can say like, yeah, I'll say anti-blessed. You know, and if you don't end something, then you won't get the blessing, I guess is just what I can say. So it's like, if you hold on to something and you're just holding on and holding on and holding on, then, you know, before you know it, it's gonna kind of be, it's gonna rot. So it's like, why are you holding on to something that's rotten? But if you totally let something go and you release it without inhibition, Virgo, with such freedom, you know, with such what some people would deem as carelessness, but for you, it's like a reclamation of self. Back to the claiming the cross energy at the beginning of this whole reading, that is really coming through strongly for Virgo. There's something here about claiming your cross. You know, this can be being a part of a religion or a family who goes to a certain church, and it's like you all believe in the same religion and the same thing, but other people don't live by it, and they judge people who live by it, but don't, like, you know, live by it. So it's like, you know, it's like there are people that have such a more intimate connection to God, to animals, to nature, than certain people that are like, I'm at church every day and I'm always, but they're like judging everybody left and right, and they're just like basically the worst human in the world, and they're trying to compensate for it by just like living at the church, at the function, or living at, you know, there's something like that going on. And it's like, there's an energy here, Virgo, of needing to claim your cross and like stand up for it and have conviction to, you know, it's like, because you actually do have power over these people. So it's like you can help make them less judgmental, and you can help them evolve, because that is the nature of the universe as well, is evolution. And whenever people are judging a situation, it's often because they're refusing to evolve. And so they're actually calling upon their own illness, their own death, their own hardships, because they're refusing to evolve. And that's unfortunate, but that's just how the cookie crumbles, Virgo. If people don't want to evolve, if they don't want to get with it, then they get left behind. And that's just how it goes. Temperance here, there's something here about Sagittarius, or being very patient, being able to hang out with both people, Virgo. So you can be someone who you can like walk in the strip club and like everyone knows you, and you're like, you know, but you can also like walk into church and like everyone knows you and respects you. So it's like, you know, you can walk both fine lines here, Virgo. Here, and get you a girl who can do both. The star. So some of my Virgos could be dealing with an Aries, because the star came up in their reading. Some of you guys could be dealing with an Aquarius, or someone who has Aquarius placements. I'll give you the sun, the moon, the stars. You have the sun and the star. So for some of my Virgos, this could be a very strong power couple. The Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, it's like you're really stressed about it, or they're really stressed about it. This can also be two people that are just so busy, that are on opposite parts of the world. They live in different states, live in different countries, and it's like, oh my gosh, I know in my heart that this is my person, this is my partner, but like I'm so busy all the time and they're so busy all the time, and you guys could both have a lot of things going on, and you're in your head about this, and Spirit says, you know, the Death card needs to be death to your overthinking, Virgo. And with the Wheel of Fortune, just like jump on it already. So some of my Virgos need to take action to claim something. Claim your cross. Is that's, you know, it's like claim something here, Virgo. All right. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Libra. And you guys, I will again timestamp these after the read. Check your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. If you'd like a personal reading, message me. All right. Libra, some of you guys could be getting a harsh truth communicated to you, or you could be communicating a harsh truth. I don't know why I had the accent there. Maybe you could have an accent, or you could be hearing from somebody with an accent. For some of my Libras, we have, so there is an ending to a situation. You could move, someone could be moving with the Chariot here. You know, with the Eight of Wands, there is travel, and there is a Tower, Libra. So there is a lot of emotion in this situation, lots of water, lots of fire. What we don't have and what we need, Libra, is earth. So I'm just gonna begin this by saying Libra, tiger's eye, carnelian, jasper, geodes of any kind, galena, yeah, tourmaline, obsidian. These would be good crystals for you guys to work with. There's a strong need to do something to express and feel the emotions, Libra, and then get grounded and then allow yourself to think or communicate to others. But it's like before thinking or communicating to others, you need to get back into your truth and your heart and your authentic nature with the Six of Cups, like who you were as a child, feeling completely safe. Because you're in the Seven of Cups right now, with this Tower and the Death. It's like caught in the middle, caught between a rock and a hard place. And there's something here, you know, with the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower, it's like you could have it all, you could lose it all. And there's a lot of love here. There's a lot of emotion here. But that's why I'm saying, like, because there's so much emotion here, there is just such a need to make sure that you handle the emotion before, because it could be very overwhelming to you, like very overwhelming. So there could be a Libra that just gets like totally overwhelmed by their emotions, or you could be overwhelming someone else. There's just a lot of overwhelm with emotions. Sorry I keep repeating that, Libra, but it's like, whew, I mean, man, we have Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups, Temperance, the Empress. No, we don't have Temperance. We need Temperance. The Emperor. So there's, you know, strong fire, there's strong water, there's the Tower, there's death, there's like, you know, there's a lot going on here. But there's also Libra, the Emperor and the Empress, and the Queen of Cups. So for relationship, some of my Libras, you know, you could have very strong Gemini in your chart, because you could be with somebody in a serious commitment of sorts, and they want somebody else or you want somebody else. Either way, this connection cannot keep going on anymore, because the Ace of Cups is a brand new love, and it's after the Death and the Tower. And I hate to say this, but I mean, with the Death and the Tower, that's something ending. So something is ending here, whether you like it or not, ready or not. Or whether they like it or not, ready or not, something is ending and changing here. With the Eight of Wands, there, like I said, this can be like crossing state lines or country lines. So this can be like a move out of state. It's like out of a boundary. Or somebody is traveling from out of state to communicate or to visit someone, to go after something and to end something else. Now, Libra, this can also be like leaving a job so that you can open your own job, because with the Emperor, that would be being your own boss. So it's like you could be ending a situation at work so that you can just work for yourself, honey. All right, after Libra is Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Scorpio. The Tower, honey. It is your card. You could be dealing with a Libra with the Six of Pentacles crossing it. Tower is Scorpio's card, so it's, you know, it's also being in your power. And with the Death at the bottom of the deck, you definitely could be dealing with a Libra situation. But with Death and the Tower being Scorpio's cards with the Six of Pentacles, it's like, Scorpio, you left a situation because they were giving you poo-poo and sprinkling glitter on it and being like, see, we're giving you gold, but it's poo-poo with glitter on it, and we're actually slandering and doing all others. You know, there's like so much shady business behind the scenes, it's not even funny. It's like people mocking a situation, Scorpio, and thinking that you don't know what they're doing, and you're like, no, I know exactly what you're doing, but I'm gonna let you think that I don't know what you're doing, because when you fall on your face and the situation is dealt with, well, I didn't have to do anything anyway, because I knew the whole time. It's that kind of situation. So Scorpio, there's a situation here that you just had to get out of because you were not getting your worth. You were not being treated your worth. And someone could have really thought that you played you for a fool. I'm hearing, Scorpio. They could have played you for a fool, or you played someone for a fool. But this is a situation. Someone played someone for a fool. Someone is still a fool over somebody with the King of Cups as well. So someone here could still be in love with an ex. They could be blocked by this ex with the Seven of Wands. In the situation of leaving a work setting or any sort of emotionally abusive, or even physically, I have to say, because that could be here as well. this new start for you, Scorpio, with the King of Cups and the Seven of Wands, you are letting nobody steal your peace. Like, you are letting nobody touch your peace. Because even if you're a female, you know, we all have the masculine and feminine traits. So if you're a female and this King of Cups energy is you taking leadership of your emotions, taking full control over your emotions, but in a balanced, like, revered, graceful way, where I'm hearing, is it D12 or Eminem? I shit on you. Do, 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 do. I shit on you. Do, do. Listen to that song. Go listen to that song. Seriously, Scorpio, go listen to that song. I think it's called I think it's by D12. But if you just type, yeah, I'll shit on you, I'm sure it'll come up. So yeah, Scorpio, you're letting nobody. And you could also be a mama's boy, or if you're a girl, you could be really close with your mom, because there's an energy of like, I'm hearing like, mama's got my back. It just, yeah. It reminds me of a time when I got in trouble for dancing on a lunch table in like early high school or middle school. And the principal called me into the office and asked like if my mother knew that I danced like that. And I was like, yep, and she's proud. Like, I'm a great dancer. My mama knows and she loves it. And she loves me. So there's an energy, Scorpio, here of like, if someone's trying to be like, oh, well, they're trying to like berate you or trying to belittle you in any sort of way, you're like, that's cute, because all the things that you're naming are all the reasons why those people love me, those people accept me, and those, so it's like, it's literally making someone just look ridiculous, essentially. With the Wheel of Fortune here, there are a lot of blessings coming in, because with the King of Cups, you pour your heart and soul into everything, Scorpio. With the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups, you invest. You fully invest in things. And because you fully invest in things, yeah, we have the Empress here. You know, you've leveled up, Scorpio. There's an energy of, like, the Empress is the embodiment of all four queens. So it's like, no, I know what I'm worth, and I have the receipts. I have the receipts for it. Like, I can do this, I can do that. Like, your skills are polished and they're shown for. And it's because, Scorpio, with the King of Cups, you operate from your heart, which has given you, King of Pentacles, long-term stability here. There's something here that you really do something from the heart. It's genuine, it's pure, and so no one can talk shit on you. Okay, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, Sagittarius. You could be dealing with a Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra, Sag. For some of my Sagittariuses, you could be fighting your urge. For some of my Sagittarius males, you could be exceedingly horny at this time, but you're also celibate. You're like not sleeping with anyone, and you wish that you were. You wish that you were sleeping with this Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Magician, King of Wands, Temperance. Confirmation with the wind chimes outside. Someone's like missing all like the fun and, you know, the pizzazz, and they feel stuck and dry without. Three of Swords with the Hangman. I can't make this up. Someone feels stuck, Sagittarius. It's like, I'm parched. I'm parched. Someone is thirsty. Oh, they thirsty, Sag. Okay, so you're thirsty, or someone is thirsty for you. Someone here could slackline, walk on tight ropes. Seeing that here, someone here, I'm hearing Phoenix Rising energy, sea turtles coming up. So having strong Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, could live somewhere tropical or somewhere warmer. Archer, like being an archer, I'm hearing archery. There is also, I'm hearing the hornet's nest. So again, for some of my Sagittariuses, if you have like a strong drive right now, it's because you're supposed to use that for creative expression. You're supposed to, you know, recycle that seed for, you know, my men, and like use that, harness that power for your business, for your company, towards a relationship. Be intentional with it. So for some of my Sagittariuses, if you've always just been like super horny, have a really high drive, Spirit with Temperance here, the Magician, is wanting you to learn that your sex energy is more sacred than you've been handling it with King of Wands. You've been handling it like a King of Wands, which is why you're stuck and dry, or Sag, if this is your partner, this is why they're stuck and dry, is because they are, you know, they just fiend, they thirst they're hungry, the hunters, and they're carnal, and they're not like, they're not making love, and they're also not like spiritual healing and going through, you know, they're not making love in a intentional, sacred way. For some of my Sagittariuses in relationship, you could be wanting your sex life with your partner to become, you know, more lively, and you could be contemplating ending it with this person because of the bad sex or no sex, Three of Swords with the Hangman. But Spirit says you guys absolutely can manifest an amazing sex life with the Temperance and Magician. It's going to take patience, it's going to take actual intentional work and focus, and if you're someone who has been so out of touch with your creative self and creative expression, it also could be because you are not in touch with your sexuality to a higher degree than just it being like a carnal urge. You don't realize that, you know, sex energy is literally creation energy. That's what sex does. It creates life. It creates projects. It creates abundance. It can also create problems if you're channeling that energy in a negative way, Sag. So there's a need here to understand the power and the sacredness and the potency of it, and to utilize it as such, and to be responsible with it as such, and to only bring in and invite in a partner that will meet you at this place of how sacred it really is. All right, I love you guys. If you would like a private reading, message me.